some faces, so you've already gone through this drill, but welcome to Brookhaven Head Start. My name is Summer Grigsby. I'm the education specialist here at this center. We are partnered with the Brookhaven College, and basically we are an opportunity for you all to come over and work on any observations that you're doing, any assignments that you have. I think you do have an option as to where to go, but this is a convenient place for you to come. So what I'm going to do today is just basically go over a little bit about Head Start, what we do, the makeup of our classrooms, some steps that you all will have to take in order to come into the center and do what you need to do. So again, I apologize for those of you that don't have this packet, but we'll briefly walk through this packet. It's a student handbook, so to speak, for you guys. If this is where you choose to come. The first page is just a letter from myself and our site manager. Her name is Miss Polk. If you do decide to come over, once I meet with you, I will introduce you to her because she would be a contact person that you could go to if I wasn't here in the center. The next page is our mission statement. Here at Head Start of Greater Dallas, we provide children with foundations of skills and knowledge they need to be successful in school and in life, and we foster self-reliant families. Here at Head Start, we serve low-income families. So in order for the children to come into our centers, they have to meet certain requirements, and one of the requirements that enters them into the program is that they are coming from families that their income is lower than poverty guidelines. So here at Head Start, not only do we provide them with quality education, but we're also trying to foster their overall development. So we have health staff that are here. They watch the children's weight. We have nutrition specialists that are here that we follow the USDA guidelines as far as the meals that we're serving. We have a special service area to any child that has any kind of special need, whether it's speech, whether it's autism, whatever it is. We provide services here at the center, or we refer them. We always refer them to the school district, but with services we can't provide here at Head Start, we refer them outside agency. We also offer counseling to our parents if that's something that they need or are interested in. One perk that I'm not sure if it's still going on, but we have parents that attend Brookhaven College and their children come to school here. There were scholarships, I believe, for a while that were being given to Head Start parents. I'm not sure if that's still happening, but in the spring it will happen. So the partnership is very good for our program, and it's also very good for you guys because we're right next door and you can come over and do what you need to do in our classrooms. If you flip to the next page, that's a letter from our CEO, and you can read that on your own. It's you'll see on here a lot of the documents say volunteers. You are considered a volunteer. You follow the same process that we follow with any volunteer when coming into the center. The next page is our philosophy, and I also encourage you to read this because it's going to give you a little bit more history on Head Start and what we do at Head Start. So please read that if you do decide to come into the center. The next page talks about volunteer policies. One of the most important things that we tell volunteers that come into our center is regarding child abuse policy. Under the law, you are required to report any child abuse that you see or child neglect. We ask that if you think, or you are thinking that you need to report something, that you go to the site manager or myself and address it with them. Just please let us know anything that you see that you feel is inappropriate or falls under child abuse or child neglect. So it just states in here that you will go to the site manager and speak with her about that, or speak with myself regarding that. Criminal background checks. Once you come into the center, we will do a volunteer application with you. We'll get your fingerprint. That's how we capture our volunteer time. And we will do a criminal background check. We'll also have to have a TB test on you. I believe they do it on campus, and you can just bring us those results and we'll put it in your file. We have to have that in order for you to be in our classrooms. Do you have any questions about that? Okay. The next page talks about some volunteer rights and responsibilities. You can read that all on your own. We do have a dress code here at Head Start. Our teachers follow a business casual dress code. You do not have to follow that, but we just ask that you, if you are going to wear a dress, that it's long enough for you to, get up and down out of small chairs, off the floor. The most important thing is no sandals or any open-toed shoes in the classrooms. So that is, you will not be able to go into a classroom if you have on open-toed shoes or sandals. On this page it also talks about telephone usage. Cell phones are strictly prohibited in the classrooms, on the playground, and really anywhere in our center. If you need to make a phone call while you're in the center, we just ask that you come to our break room or you go outside in the front of the building. And that's texting or anything. We can't have any cell phones in our classrooms. The next page just talks about promoting a safe environment for our volunteers. You can read that on your own. Now what I'm going to talk about is the makeup of our classrooms and kind of what you will be seeing if you do choose to come into the center. We have 8 classrooms here at Brookhaven. The classrooms are mixed ages. They're ages 3, 4, and 5 years old. We have 2 teachers in each classroom. We have a lead teacher and an assistant teacher. And basically, I also put in here an examples daily schedule. The classrooms all follow a daily schedule. They are different depending on the classroom, but this example gives you a very close idea of what a daily schedule would look like. So if you're needing to make a certain observation at a certain time of day, if you have been assigned one classroom, it might be a good idea to ask that teacher, ask myself to give you a copy of their daily schedule. That way, you know what time they're doing certain things if it's a certain thing that you need to observe. In a Head Start classroom, the entire classroom is a learning environment. They're set up by centers. As probably most of you are learning, that is the most developmentally appropriate way for a classroom to be set up. In there, I did put in the learning environment, which lists all of our different centers that we have in our classrooms. Also on there, I believe that I put, if you turn to the next page, I think I even added some, if you're in the classrooms and you're volunteering and you're kind of unsure of what to talk to a child about, I think I put some open-ended questions in there that you can talk to with the kids. This age group, they love to conversate. So it's fun to be in a Head Start classroom with these children. They really love new faces. They get used to people coming in, and they ask, where is so-and-so that comes, on this day? And so if you choose to use our center, you might decide that you want to come on your own some and just do volunteer work in the classroom, because you will get, attached to the class that you're in. So I encourage you all to use our facility, and please feel free to ask myself any questions, or our site manager. The teachers are all aware that you will be coming into their classrooms, making observations, doing small groups, any of those type of things. The last page, or the second to the last page, is what to do on your first day when you come into the center. And it just gives you a few steps. I ask that you meet with me first, and I will do your volunteer application and get your fingerprint. If I am not available, we have a fantastic receptionist. Her name is Edna, and she can basically do anything. So she can do your volunteer application, get your fingerprint. You will need to have your driver's license. We have to put in some information from your driver's license into our system. I ask that you turn in an information sheet that I don't think I handed to you guys. I'll hand it to you before you leave. It just basically is a little information for me. It tells me your name, the goals and objectives that you're doing in the classroom, which I think some of you come with goals and objectives, and some of you are having to come up with your own, and that is something that I can help you with, or your teacher can help you with, or your professor. can help you with. Also on that information sheet is a schedule. If you know the days that you're coming, we would like to know those days and the times. That way the teacher can know when you'll be in her classroom. And then other than that, I think that's all on that information sheet. I'll give you a tour of the center. We maybe can do that today. If we wanted to go in small groups, I could go ahead and give you guys a tour of our center, and then I'll give you your classroom assignment on the day that you come into the center. Basically, if you do decide to use this, I'll kind of talk to you more personally on what your needs are, and if you're just needing to be in the classroom to make an observation for an hour, and then that's it, then that's it. But if you decide that you want to use us, you know, for every assignment that you do, that is fine. I'll cater to you as need be. So just please let me know if anything changes, if we've met, and then a month later your assignment changes, or you'd like to go into a different classroom. Please just let me know that, and we can work that out. The last page is, like I was talking about earlier, the example daily schedule. It just gives you an idea of how our classrooms are run. Everything at Head Start is done in the classrooms. The children, the only reason they leave the classroom is to go outside on the playground, or one of the teachers may take a few students at a time to run a quick errand outside in the building. But they eat breakfast, they eat lunch, and they eat a snack all in their classrooms. So just FYI about that. Are there any questions? Yes.
Yes, I request for the background check already with Miss Anna, and then she told me I got approved, but how can I get something like?
Yeah, I had a few people ask me that. We typically don't give things out in writing. Basically, once we do a volunteer application, it's sent to our central office, and they run the background checks. If you're needing it, I think another student told me they were needing it to take to the school district. I'll have to find out some information from that. We usually don't print out our background checks. That's something that you'll have to do on your own. That's strictly for our, and I believe that most of the time you have to have a background check everywhere you go. I don't know how the district is.
Let me speak 1 second on that. Your background check that you do here is for Head Start.
Yes.
No school district is going to ask you, that I know of, maybe the only exception might be Plano, that has Head Start in their schools, right?
We're not with Dallas, not with Head Start of Greater Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, there's no reason you would ever take your background check to a school district. You're going to fill out their background check.
Mhm.
So there might be some confusion there. Once you've been approved here, then the next step would be to talk to you, Summer, right? Set up the observation.
Yes, and really how your background check works with us, it will go through. The only reason that we would contact you about it is if something came up on your background check that you weren't allowed to be in our center, and that would be flagged, and we would let you know that you can't volunteer in our center. But really, after you do your volunteer application, you're pretty much good to go, and they will let us know as soon as possible if something was flagged on your background check. I just ask that you get those TB tests, that we can have those in your file before you start in the classrooms.
Do I need to make an appointment with you to set up the observation?
You don't have to make an appointment with me. I've had a few students call, and Edna has said that they want to set up an appointment. I can't really start taking appointments that way because I have to be in the classrooms myself. So if you would just, you know, I hate to say just come and hope that I'm here. I'm here most of the time. If I'm not here, you know, I'll be back the next day for sure. So, but like I said, I'm here as early as 7, and I'm usually here until 3:30 or 4. So at any time during that time, if you come and ask for me, I can stop. It's not going to take long to sit down and do your volunteer application and your fingerprint. And then what I'm going to talk to you about is very, very brief. So it shouldn't take too long. But I'm not going to make appointments with students. You'll just have to kind of come and see me at your convenience, and then at my convenience as well.
I could do that today after class.
Yes, I'll be here today.
What if I get my TB test on December, and they have to go to the nursing office and retake it?
No.
No?
I think that we have to have one one that's done every 2 years, I believe, so yours should be fine. You just need to bring the results. Any other questions? Or is there anything else that you want me to touch on?
No, I think we covered it really well. Everyone understands the process and what you will do and how it'll work here.
And the staff, all of our staff knows that, we have students coming in and out, so if you're standing around and nobody is at the front, which is not likely, but somebody will scoop you up and help you. So please just ask questions, and we really want you guys to feel comfortable in our center, and you're very welcomed here, and we're excited to have you guys. So we hope that you do choose us to do your work. Yes, ma'am?
Do you guys keep a calendar of like parent meetings and stuff?
Yes, there is. If we take a tour of the center, I can actually show you where we post our upcoming events for the month. We have a monthly calendar that's posted. And I also am working on a bulletin board specifically for Brookhaven students, and I'll post things, field trips that we're going on. I'll post parent meetings, because I know some of you have to observe our parent meetings. They're the same time every month, so it'll be easy to know when those are.